Hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. ADA continues to be in this three-wave structure at the moment. We need to talk about this resistance again. It's the 50% retracement at 30.4 cents. At the moment, the price action would still suggest that this is only a three-wave move, therefore not giving us any clear indication that ADA has bottomed here on the 10th of June. Zooming out a little bit, we see again that we topped here in a fourth wave on the 15th of April. That can be labeled in a different way as well. This could also be a B wave top with a C wave to the downside. It doesn't make a great difference here to the short-term wave counting anyway. The idea would be that in both scenarios we are in a wave 4 pullback at the moment, which could then result in a fifth wave down, still a sell-off that should go below the 10th of June low of 21.22 cents. Now, don't switch off and misunderstand the analysis. That seems to happen quite frequently recently, that people only listen to one comment, but it's important that all words are important in this analysis, okay? So what is very important is to understand the following. Of course, the price could have bottomed. I highlighted to you over the last few days repeatedly that, of course, if anybody wants to trade this on the long side, we of course cannot rule out that price has bottomed, but without a bottoming structure, and I explain to you what it needs to fill and how it needs to look like, we cannot confirm from the analysis side that ADA has bottomed. However, of course, we were quite low here and quite close to the 10th of June low, and reward to risk is and was quite good from here. So, I mean, going long with the stop loss below the 10th of June low is, of course, something that can be done, but everybody needs to decide that for themselves, of course, right? It would just allow for a stop just below the invalidation point, because if price breaks below that third wave low, it is likely to continue this path to the downside. In a more bullish scenario, price would follow the yellow wave count and would need to show us 5 waves. And only with 5 waves up, we can indicate that price has really bottomed. The thing is, green candles themselves are not sufficient evidence to indicate that something is bottomed and the trend is changing. I mean, clearly we are in a downtrend because ADA made a new low, okay? So as we are in a downtrend, we need price to confirm to us that trend is shifting. So if we zoom in, we have a first indication or first signal level. That's the 30.4 cent level. So at the moment, price is still below that level. That is resistance. If price breaks and sustains above that level, we have a larger than expected wave 4, and price would be less bearish than initially expected. Now, just because something is less bearish, it doesn't mean it's bullish, okay? As long as it's only a 3-wave structure, it could be an ABC, and even in this C wave, another high is actually likely. I did add the subwave count here. Let me zoom in a little bit. It's not the clearest subwave count. Also, the wave 3 is a bit too short, but it's a possibility to count the C wave as a potential 5-wave move, and then one more high could complete the C wave. It would likely go briefly above 30.4 cents. Yeah? So just be aware that even in the white wave count, which would result in another sell-off, another high is at the moment definitely likely, especially as long as price does not break below the wave 1 high of the C wave, and that's at 28.4 cents. But a break below that level would be a first indication that it's breaking down. Again, this is just a micro level, but what I want to explain here is that the wave 4 is quite stretched out. Above 30.4 cents, we may need to switch more bullish, but it will be rather uncertain at that time. It will need 5 waves up, highlighted in yellow, to indicate that a low is in place. That would be the first strong indication that a low is in place. I need to see those 5 waves. And likelihood is it may form a diagonal structure, which is anyway less reliable, okay? So I need to see 5 waves up, and ideally even 5 waves above the 38.5 cent level, 39 cent level, which is the resistance level up here. And my view is, as long as we don't really break above that level, downside pressure still remains, and we cannot rule out another low. But either way, even if the move up is stronger, without having those 5 waves up, I cannot say that the price may have bottomed. I mean, it may have bottomed. It can always happen, but it's all a question about looking at probabilities, right? Without a clear view of either a diagonal structure or an impulse to the upside, followed by a 3-wave pullback, I cannot confirm from the analysis side that the trend is shifting. All we see at the moment is a local uptrend, and that's of course ongoing, and I tell you it can certainly go higher as long as price stays above the small wave 1 high that I just mentioned. But if a yellow wave count forms out of this, if a 5-wave move forms out of that, that is what time will tell. I think the probabilities are certainly there, and if Bitcoin continues to push higher, this will most likely drag ADA with it, including many other altcoins. Certainly what you need to know that in this bear market, ADA, including many other altcoins, they have dropped enough to complete their correction. It's just that we now need to see a sign that is turning around. This was an attempt, the move after the December low to the upside, but it became a 3-wave structure instead of a 5-wave move. So that was a failed attempt, and now it has another chance, of course, but as you can clearly see, this is just a 3-wave move. Reminds me of, remember there was a move in May here where I also remained bearish, and it was a correct decision at the time. A lot of people were bullish already, but also here a 3-wave move. It failed to push high enough, and it failed to hold a higher low. So it made new lows and eventually broke down. It looks quite similar at the moment, a very clear 3-wave structure, but a diagonal can always emerge out of this. And if a diagonal emerges, we might be following some kind of a trend channel or so, but it's a bit too early to put that onto the chart. That's my update about ADA. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.